Early voting in Ohio is underway. The polls closed for the day just minutes ago, but they will be back open again tomorrow morning. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Colleen Marshall.
And I'm Ellie Merritt. Campaign efforts to get out the votes are in full swing now, and voters will be deciding on far more than just the presidential candidates. NBC4 has team coverage for you on the first day of early voting. Courtney Yoon is live in Licking County, where voters are being asked for a third time to pass a school levy.
But first, we're going to go live to Ted Hart. Ted is at the Franklin County Board of Elections tonight, where people have been showing up all day, some of them overnight, Ted?
That's right. And Colleen, statewide, county boards of elections have received more than 1.1 million requests for absentee ballots from voters. Those ballots were being put in the mail today, but thousands more voters with their minds made up came out today to vote in person. A Clinton campaign bus making the rounds in Ohio picked up students at Ohio State this morning for a ride to the early voting center.
I mean, I supported Bernie in the primary, but I quickly saw that Hillary represented the values I support in the general election.
The bus ride was one of many events planned by campaigns to kick off the early voting. Millennials may be a key voting bloc in the presidential race.
We are the ones that are going to be affected most by the outcomes of these elections, so I think that the apathy should be turning more into action when we realize how it's going to be setting the tone for the rest of our futures.
And it was mostly young people in line early this morning, some who even camped out overnight. 18-year-old OSU student Michaela Lee was first in line, voting for the first time in her life.
I just had just a sense of pride. That was just so exciting, and they had a little beep afterwards, and just hearing the beep was just so satisfying to me.
For much of the day, voters kept elections workers busy. The students are part of a growing number of Ohioans now choosing to vote early.
You know, probably 45% of the electorate now here in Franklin County is choosing to vote early, whether it's absentee ballot or our early vote center.
And Payne said that the Board of Elections here in Franklin County mailed out about 144,000 absentee ballots from Franklin County alone. And as of about 20 minutes ago, they'd had a little over 2,400 voters who had voted in person today. We're told that the number of voters and the number of requests is in line with about what they expected. Live at the Franklin County Board of Elections on Morse Road, Ted Hart, NBC4.
Yeah, big day. Thanks, Ted. And as we said, some people actually camped out overnight to be among the first to vote here in Ohio. Dozens of people were lined up at the Board of Elections before the doors opened at 8. Vast majority of those were supporters, they said, of Hillary Clinton.
Because I've been chomping at the bit to vote for Hillary. I don't think there's anything I'd rather be doing right now. I'm extremely excited to be voting for Hillary.
Early voting hours are generally 8 to 5 weekdays, and then the hours expand and include some weekend hours as we get closer to Election Day. Now take a look. This is video from a polling place in Cleveland. Voters lined up to take advantage of early voting there, too. Elections officials say people wishing to vote early must have their driver's license number and the last 4 digits of their Social Security number to vote. In addition to the presidential race, voters can cast ballots for congressional, state legislative, justices of the Supreme Court, the U.S. Senate, appellate judges, and members of the State Board of Education.